action from it. Simple. 5 o'clock we keep an alarm and we need to get up for a jog. Separate your feeling on one side and your action on the other side. Don't combine feeling and the action. This is a very core message. I took it from the book. Separate it. Separate it. You're feeling tired. Your action is you need to get up and go for a walk. Separate both. Draw a line. Separate tiredness. That is the feeling. Don't depend on it. Sometimes you might feel okay. Sometimes you might not. Separate it. Remove it. Remove the feeling aspect of it. And only see the action part of it. That is called discipline, he says. Very simply, he put discipline is to do a task. Come or may, I need to do the task regardless of the feeling I have. That is called discipline, he says. So when I addressed the students, I got an answer from the book. Child, why do you want to read, or why do you want to get 96% in your economics? Maybe you want to buy a car for your father. Maybe you want to buy, you're living in a rental house. Maybe you want to study and buy a house for your family. Go deep and understand the purpose. Why do you want to score 96% in your 12th? Write it bold and stick it in front of your table. That purpose will ignite you. So, to the question, the one answer rather I found out for the children who are suffering out there, who are not able to sustain their motivation, is the why power. If we as parents or teachers or professors here, we are able to help the child to give their why power, the purpose, why do they have to study? Then the motivation is sustained. 2, when we also tell them, remove the feeling component of it. Remove the feeling. Separate it. In your mind, draw a line. Feeling taniya, action taniya. Then the habit and the discipline automatically comes. The feeling will not interfere. Let the feeling be tired. Let the feeling be exhausted. Let the feeling you might not feel to do. Let it go in one track. Let it happen. That's okay. Still we continue to get up and go. Still we continue to read a book. Still all the disciplines we continue to do it. So 2 things. 1 is why power. 2, separate. Draw a line from your feelings and the action. I found it very interesting.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ramki. 2 things that you strongly resonated from this book. 1 or 2 things?
The first thing I will say is, you have to own up. Means, you make the choices. So the responsibility, you need to own up that responsibility. That is very, very important. Which is, very natural choice which you need to make. Sometime back, one of my investor came back to us, and while discussing, we understood that he's having a large sum in his savings bank account. About 20 lakhs. I can say 20 lakhs. Let's take it for that. For an example, I can say. So this 20 lakhs, he is holding it in savings bank account, and he's about to retire in another 5-6 years. And I asked him, why you are holding this much amount in savings bank account? No, sir, it gives me comfort. It gives me safety aspect. I feel very comfortable when this money is there in savings bank account. Then we try to give a reason to it. Why that is, why his choices need to be little different. Number 1, this 2.5%, what you get it in savings bank account. I asked him, how long you would like to keep it? I would like to keep it forever. That is what his answer has been. I want to keep it forever. So, if 2.5% is the interest what you get out of savings bank account, it gives you comfort of safety. Any point of time you can withdraw. But think about your loss of purchasing power. Means, next year the amount cannot buy the same kind of goods or services. You naturally lose purchasing power. Your inflation is at 5 or 6%. Naturally, you lose this. So there is a very important thing which you need to understand. Then number 2, what is the alternative? You just divide it. We suggested a few things. You keep the amount, whatever you feel is required on any particular day. You put that number as 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs, I need it at any particular day for some emergency. So we suggested 1 lakh in savings bank account, keep it. 4 lakh in sweep in account, same bank account, but no sweep in. Automatically the money moves to a fixed deposit when you don't use it. So the fixed deposit gives a higher interest rate. Then go for a fixed deposit for another 5 lakhs. Go for a hybrid kind of strategy or fund for another 5 lakhs, and another 5 lakhs, last 5 lakhs, go for a equity kind of choice. So the return difference is about 2.5% to an average of about 9% and above. Still, he has to understand that in numbers. So we gave a 10-year projection. 20 lakh at 2.5% in savings bank account would have grown to 25.5 lakhs. That means a 5.5 lakh appreciation. At 9%, it would have grown to about 47 lakhs. So the difference is almost close to 21 lakhs. I asked what you will do with this extra 21 lakhs. He suddenly got something in him. He started executing. Of course, the amount was much larger than what I talked about. So it's the choices you make. Because even if we are talking about money, we are just custodians of our money. We are not owners. We are custodians. So that is something which we have to make. The second thing what I would like to make it is, however, as Babu has started out, any small action that makes some difference in life. It may be very, very small. Long back in 2015, I was addressing a group of college students. The next day, I'm getting a call from one of the girl. He says, Uncle, I would like to speak to you for some decision. You gave this awareness on financial planning. We loved it. I would like to start some saving. I asked how much you would like to save or invest. She said, I don't know, uncle. Some months I get this expense, some month I get that expense, etc., etc. Then I took another 5-10 minutes because she is a youngster who is calling for the first time. I started making some notes and made a pattern. This monthly, this much expenses goes, half yearly, this fees goes, yearly, this kind of thing goes, etc., etc. I could able to find she could effectively save about 200 rupees per month. She gets some pocket money and fees because parents are out of Chennai. She is studying in Chennai. She was in second year, I think. So 200 rupees. When I said, no, 200 rupees is what effectively you could able to save. She said, Uncle, can you help me to save this thing? I said, it is still possible. There is something called as, a micro SIP, which is available, which starts from 100 rupees, which called as Chota SIP. We just started with that thing. After 6 months, she calls up and says, Uncle, my party came in and she gave 1,000 rupees as extra amount. I want to add that thing. Okay, we can add it to the same scheme. The beauty is that girl has started building that habit. She got married about 2-3 years back. She has influenced her husband, who was a spender by nature. He was spending left, right, but she has influenced him. And now he has started saving. First meeting, he saw me as villain. And now he has started saving and investing. Then her relative circle, wherever she is working, she is earning in lakhs per month today. Wherever she is working, she has introduced at least some 14-15 friends of hers. So the book talks about something called, you start the action small and it creates a ripple effect. Ripple effect happens even if you start small and consistent with that thing, the ripple effect normally comes in. Her portfolio is close to 1 crore now last month. So all started with 200 rupees. And I made her frame that first statement of 200 rupees and keep it in her table so that it remains 200 is not small. And she took that decision when she was a student. Almost 40 students were there in that session, and one took that decision. And in 10 years, it is close to 1 crore. And all on her own. Nothing from that thing. Okay, as an advisor, what has happened to me? For me also that ripple effect happened. One, I'm supposed to speak to people who have money. I went and spoke to somebody who's a student, who was not my natural target client base. I just went and gave, because I'd love to give that, in whatever knowledge we wanted to share, I just went and gave. Now, as I said, her relatives, her friends, all of them have started investing through us. And that is the ripple effect I got. I took that small choice of going to a person, because I don't know whether she will be successful or not. I don't know 10 years back. But today she is successful and I'm honored. So ripple effect happens and it always makes one much, much superior over time.
தேங்க்யூ ராம்கி. ஒரு சின்ன ஃபினான்ஷியல் லிட்ரஸி செஷன் ஒன்று நடந்த மாதிரி இருந்தது எங்களுக்கு. தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் தேட். தேங்க்யூ. It's to the benefit of all of us. Thank you. So I just want to give a small, in the book padichittu, when I was thinking about it, there is one incident that happened right in front of my eyes, which I'm able to resonate with, and I thought it's worth to share it. Many years ago, I visited a place, and in the Kalyana reception, they'll give you a plant, a small plant, they'll give you, or something like that they'll give. So one such place I visited, they gave me a small bamboo stalk, on a so small one. So I came and placed it in my garden dutifully next morning, and I watered it. And every other day I have somebody who waters it, so I'm not directly involved on a day-to-day basis. But once in a week, as I'm walking into the house, I'll kind of look at that place, and that plant was green, but exactly the way I'd left it. Exactly. So 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. But I didn't have a mind to pluck it out because it was still green. The stalk was still green. So I knew that the plant is not dead. The plant is very much alive, but just is not growing. Exactly the place where we had kept, I had taken trouble of putting some cow dung so that there is some nutrient going. I thought it's nutrient deficient, soil and all those things I did. Nothing happened. 4 years, consistent watering, all done. That bamboo stalk is that 18-inch plant that I got 4 years ago is exactly 1 Olympics gone, no change in the plant. So I went for a trip to Bangalore for 2-3 days, and I returned. As I was walking, and I suddenly found that 18-inch stalk had kind of come to about 3 feet. And I said, maybe I didn't notice it in the last few months. Maybe it's been growing this way, right? 2 days later, I walk out, that stalk was 5 feet, right? In exactly 40 days from then, that became a bamboo pole that went about 100 feet above my house. And I learned this later, that bamboo first grows its roots down. It goes down hundreds of feet, because when it becomes a large bamboo stalk, it has to hold the weight of that. And I learned that much later, but it is so astounding that in many things in life, that is what we are all. I stopped taking sugar because I want to lose weight. So 7 days, I have not added that half a teaspoon of sugar. Kasanda coffee அப்படியே கண்ண மூடின்னு குடிச்சிட்டு Seventh day, go weigh myself. I want myself to weigh 4 kgs lesser. It's like that expectation that the stock must grow to 5 feet in the next 1 week. But if you continued it for the next 3 years, you would find the compound effect of that will be that you will be in a far more healthier place. Unfortunately, in many things that we do in life, be it health, be it money, be it relationships, we do not invest time. And unfortunately, we are in a place where speed is celebrated, slowness is, and it's ironical, and I'm often astounded. Humans want things to happen at the quickest and live for the longest. We want to live as long as we can, maybe 125 years also we want to live. But coffee podi vonuna, I want it in the next 10 minutes. Zepto. I do think this book will make you resonate on the thought that a lot can be achieved if we weigh our consequences of what the outcomes mean to us in the long term, rather than expecting immediacy in everything that we do. I think that will be one of the principal takeaways for me from this book. Investing time and energy and calibrating it, reviewing it, but making sure that the expectation is in the long term. But I'm going to take this to Sandhya. And can you tell how this book will be useful to people, especially if it's an younger audience or so, in your words?
Correct. It is just not for you, for me also, and for everybody. Maybe you're starting a habit in any dimension of yours. So we have health, we have finance, we have relationship, profession. You can choose one dimension where you feel you're not growing. Maybe in your mental health, you're just the same, you wanted to grow. Or physical health, you're just the same kg and you're feeling tired very often. Staircase erinave moochu vaanguradu. You feel you want to improvise in it. Any one dimension you can pick. And to improvise it, the only tool that we have is we need to put a habit to it. The most important thing is when we start a habit, we need to continue it. For which the book gives a beautiful formula called add-on principle. That is the self-talk mastery. How do you talk to yourself? The way you continue or discontinue the habit depends on how do you talk to yourself. Say for example, I am 80 kgs and my goal is 75 kgs. I want to drop 5 kgs by avoiding junk food. The way I talk to myself, me, you, everybody. Why? That is how our brain is designed to talk. I do not call negative talking. Maybe it is called as an avoidance talking. That is how our brain is designed to talk. Sandhya, from Jan 1st, I have decided to avoid junk food. I have decided to avoid chocolates, chips. Sandhya, please avoid adding sugar to the coffee. So this is the self-talk I do myself for a very good noble objective or goal to lose 5 kgs. The author gives a twist. Change this avoidance talk to add-on talk. Avoidance talk is negative. It gives a painful feeling for you. Hey, I need to avoid chocolates. I need to avoid ice creams. Because we crave for all that. We like it. And you're avoiding it. So there is a discrepancy, a craving that is always present. So he simply says, change it to add-on talk. Sandhya, from Jan 1st, I will be adding lot of sprouts in my diet. Sandhya, from Jan 1st, you can take millets, millet rice and millet pongal in the evening. Sandhya, from Jan 1st, you display fruits and healthy nuts on the table. Add on talk. The self-talk should be not what you avoid. The self-talk has to be what you're going to add in your habit. This self-talk, please understand, your brain is also hearing. You are hearing it. And therefore, the brain is very happy that I am getting something rather than I am losing something. It is very happy. I am getting something. Oh, I am getting fruits. I am getting sprouts. I am getting protein. So, it brings a spark of dopamine, a serotonin, the joy hormone, the pleasure hormone inside you that helps you to sustain the habit month on month on month on month. So the one principle which, if I had to share, add on talk. We are going to say like you are going to save money. Don't say, let me cut down my expenses on spa next month. Let me not get my haircut or my pedicure, manicure done. No, don't say that. Let me increase my investment. You do not use the word spend, use the word investment. Spend means the nth level of our consciousness is reduce. Investment means increase. So he says, do the add-on principle. Maybe it is finance, maybe it is a relation, maybe it is whatever it is. Do the add-on principle. Don't say, I spend time with my children every day 5 minutes. Spend is negative. Because how we were being grown in younger days. My mother, don't spend so much time in the TV. Don't spend so much time with your phone on the front. This is how. So the nth level for a spend means reduce, come down. Invest. Invest means our brain understands it is growth, multiplies, increase. I invest time in gym for my health. I invest time to read every day on the book. I invest on my health. Use the term. So add on principle. It's a wonderful takeaway which definitely has a bearing to continue your habit, which I would want the audience to take home along with me. Add on principle.
Your final takeaway, we are right out of time. Your final takeaway, that we have to take some questions as well. Quickly.
Positive habits is something very, very important. Sometime back, how to get this reading habit. This was the discussion which we were having in a group. A senior person said, it's very easy to make it. But or youngster sonaru, sir, book padicha thukama varudhu. Always it's the most toughest thing. When we take that thing, first thukam correcta vandrum. So this is what he said. Then what interests you? That is something you have to start with. He said, no, first take Panchatantra. Chinna pasanga nama padichadda. Panchatantra, take that and start reading it. Every day, 1 story, 2 story or 3 stories, whatever it is. Initially start reading it. You develop a habit. Then take some Rajesh Kumar novels or chase novels. So which doesn't make you to keep it down. So it enthralls you that that I want to read it. In a month's time, you have developed a habit. 31வது நாள் definitely your hands இப்படி கட ஆடும் புக் வேணும் அப்படின்ட்டு. So that is what he said. So initially you have to start with something. But what made a great impact on this book is something very, very interesting, which is the influencers, right? You have to be there where there is positive influence. For example, MMA, this group is a positive influence on you. Here we are not wasting our time. Here we have all assembled to grow something, and we have come with a common objective, and this is a positive group. So all you have to do is just judge yourself. who are all in your contacts, whom you are spending more time with. Write down all those personalities or name. Then write what is good about them or what is not, etc., etc. Then average their qualities in terms of health, how healthy they are, how they are, what is the bank balance, average bank balance they are carrying, and how good are they in relationship in terms of family, society, etc., etc. You will know who are those top 5 you have to spend more time with. So your influences make lot of positive qualities in your life. That is what Babu has started with when he said, tell me your friend, I will tell who you are. Right? So your positive, how to identify is something which we need to start with. I think that is amazing point of this, and this book inspires with those small stories. Thanks.
Thank you. I think we're completely run out of time. We have a few questions. On that note, I want to thank Ramki and Sandhya for all what you have shared. So, Sandhya, the next question is for you from Vanilla. A psychological and sociological perspective, how can individuals rewire habits when motivation fluctuates? Very tough question only for a doctor.
Dear Vanilla, wherever you are and everybody, the question what she asks is, how can I continue my habit even when my motivation fades? The question is, how will I continue my habit even when my motivation fades? Very clearly, motivation என்ன எப்படி தெரியுமா? இந்த 1000 வாலா வைக்கும் போது ஒரு அகர்பத்தி வைக்கிறோம்ல, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒரு வைக்கிறோம்ல, அதுதான் மோட்டிவேஷன். அவ்வளவுதான். அந்த அகர்பத்தி போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் the spark from one பட்டாசு will go to other, அதுக்கப்புறம் அப்படியே தான் போகும். that அகர்பத்தி போயிடும். அவ்வளவுதான். So motivation will only help you to start the habit. Ironically, I am a motivational speaker. இன்னும் சொல்ல போனா my mentor will say there's nothing called motivation, Sandhya. There's only one kind of motivation, which is self-motivation. That is what my mentor says. Motivation will only help you to start the habit. To continue the habit, neuroscience says with willpower, you continue it for 21 days. Monday, neurons, new grooves form ஆயிடுமா, new grooves. They will be formed in 21 days. That is why the 21 is very powerful. The neurons takes 21 days to form grooves. When the new grooves are formed on the neurons, the habit becomes automatized. It goes to your subconscious. You need not put any effort to do the habit. Just like brushing teeth. கத்தால இருந்து யோசிக்கிறது இல்ல இல்லையா, எப்படி பிரஷ் பிடிச்சுக்கணும், எப்படி பேஸ்ட போடணும். We don't think. That is your problem. So it becomes automatic. So what I simply say, Vanilla, just play a game. Call it a game called willpower game. Call it game. Don't call with big names. Psychological, physiological, how do I fly? Simple. Life is very simple. Call it as a willpower game. என்ன பிடிக்குமோ அதை ஒரு வாரத்துக்கு பண்ணக்கூடாது. Say for example, you like appalam, papad. Don't eat papad for 1 week. Don't keep it for 1 month or 2 months. Start simple, start short, start it for a small period. Appalam pidikuma 1 week. Jan 1 lende Jan 7. I will not eat appalam. 8th lende you start eating. But Jan 1 to Jan 7th, don't eat appalam. You will develop your willpower. Or what you don't like it, which has got to be done, do it. Say for example, cleaning your shelf. Most children will not like it. Put yourself into that position to clean it once a week. Either drop something which you like the most for 1 week, or inculcate some task which you don't like, which has got to be done once a week. By this, what you do, you develop the mental strength, the mental power, which means a willpower. The point is, Vanilla, we should be always the masters. The habit should be the slave. Reverse ஆயிடக்கூடாது. நம்ம தான் மாஸ்டரா இருக்கணும், ஹேபிட் ஸ்லேவா இருக்கணும். டெக்னாலஜில என்ன ப்ராப்ளம்? டெக்னாலஜி மாஸ்டரா இருக்கு, நம்ம ஸ்லேவா இருக்கும். தட் இஸ் வை த பிக்கஸ்ட் ப்ராப்ளம் டுடே. So always ensure you have the control over. ஏய், எனக்கு நீ காஃபி சக்கரை போட வேண்டாம்னா நான் போடாம குடிப்பேன். That you have to take control of the habits. So start the willpower game. 7 days just keep doing different tasks. You will grow enormously in your willpower. Your habits will continue on its own. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandhya. Ramakrishnan Nair. Question to you, financial question. What small but financially disciplined habits do you believe create the biggest compound impact over 10 to 20 years? 30-second answers, not 5-minute answers. We are running out of time.
Okay, budget. First thing is whatever income you are getting, Aishwarya, try to save 20% of it. When I say save, it should be like your expenditure. Along with your expenditure, first make this as your expenditure and have the other expenditures. So with time, what you will see is the money which you save regularly with this way grows much faster than what it is, and it gives you that compounding effect. For a simplest thing, 25,000 per month started as SIP will take 13.5 years to get 1 crore. The next 1 crore will come in 5 years. The subsequent 1 crore will come in 3 years. Subsequent 1 crore and so on will come much faster. The first 13.5 years you made 1 crore. Next 13.5 years you will make 5 crores. So totally you will end up with 6 crores within that 27 years. That's something good about compounding.
Thank you. Thank you, Ram. Just feels nice to hear all those crores. So one quick question. How do you deal personally with uncertainty when the results of consistent efforts are not visible? Durga, this book is all about that. What it says is, yes, there will be periods when many of us are working on some project or something where immediate results are not visible. I am kind of taking from where Sandhya said, if you have a purpose behind what you're doing, then it can sustain the motivation that you need to carry on. You're not looking at an external validation. You have an internal purpose with which you are approaching that. So I think that is the way to go about it. I have not seen in my life so far any effort go waste. To give you an analogy, I have seen people, want to cut trees, strike 99 blows at a spot, and then give up saying that, it's too tough to cut the tree. And the next guy just leans on the tree and the tree falls, right? So sometimes you are just that close to success, but we drop off because we think it's impossible. So the answer to your question, Durga, is that see it to the end, see it to the result, continue your journey. Your journey is meant to continue till you see the desired results. And your result will always happen. It's not whether it will happen or not, it is when it will happen. It's a question of when, not if. So if you have that mindset of saying that it will definitely happen, but it could take a little longer, I think you will be able to kind of carry that journey through. I think I've got the signal that we are completely right out of time. Anything more, MMA will have to give us dinner also, which is, thank you, sir.